Hi everybody, welcome to another inspiring episode of FoundersGyan. This is episode 21 and this week we are featuring yet another husband-wife team. They are Tanushree and Digvijay Dey. They run an e-commerce platform called Jhalmishti.in, that is Jhalmishti.in. This is a Bengali derivative which means both sweet and spicy, and it sure is a catchy name. Jhalmishti has a very unique offering. They help private label women sellers sell their products. These are small-time women sellers like housewives, college graduates, etc. And the platform is doing their bit in women empowerment. I'm super excited and happy to bring you this show, and we need more such ventures. Tanushree is a classic example of a corporate person who quit her job and started her own venture, and this is pretty much the aim of FoundersGyan. If you have an idea, I hope this site helps you start your own venture. Do check out the show notes at www.foundersgyan.com/EP21 and all the top listened podcasts at foundersgyan.com/top. Okay, enough said. It's already been a very long intro. Let's get on with the show, shall we?
Careful people. Well, now you got to be more careful now.
Tanushree and Digvijay, welcome to the show. I'm super excited to be speaking with you guys today. A quick brief on the dynamic duo. Tanushree worked in various corporate giants while Digvijay was into startups, including driving marketing strategies for Flipkart. Once they got married, they decided to start up something of their own. Tanushree and Digvijay, great to meet you, and thanks a lot for taking time out of your busy schedule to share your knowledge, wisdom and time with our listeners. Thank you for agreeing to be on the show.
Thank you, Ram, for giving us this opportunity to be featured on your blog.
Thanks a lot for having us.
Okay, so Tanushree and Digvijay, can you fill in the blanks from the intro about your journey before Jhalmishti?
Basically, I'm from Nagpur. I've done my schooling and my graduation in computer from Nagpur. Then I moved to another city called Pune, where I worked with few MNCs, and I parallelly did my post-graduation in computers. So after that I got married, I came to Bangalore.
Okay. And I was born in this city called Nasik, right? A very small city in Maharashtra. And then I came to Bangalore, and that's where I did my computer science engineering, and then followed by the post-graduation, that is MBA. And then I started working in a very small company at that point of time, which was called as Flipkart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Flipkart was small at that time, but obviously it's huge now.
Big now.
So I was actually not really sure whether you meant that Flipkart or something else when you sent me an email. So glad to clear that out. Now let's talk a bit about the origin of Jhalmishti. Now, can you explain in a few sentences what is Jhalmishti.in and how did you come up with the idea for this?
Sure. As a tagline of Jhalmishti says, it's an online marketplace for private label products. So when I was working in Pune in a few big MNCs over there, so I realized if I put my efforts doing something of my own, that would add more value to my life. And I always wanted to do something for the society, like in terms of helping women sellers who are doing small time business. So after marriage I came here, I discussed this with my husband, so we came up with this idea called Jhalmishti.
Okay. So Digvijay, since you're the marketing guy behind this, can you explain the name? What does it got to do with what you guys are doing?
Right. So Jhalmishti is basically a Bengali derivative, right? It means it's hot and it's sweet. So it's a mix of both Jhal and Mishti. So we wanted to give our customers who come on board or the users who use our website something which is at the end of the buyout, they will be happy in terms of they get some surprises, they get some offers, they get a surprise gift to their house. So that's how we came up with this name, and then we registered Jhalmishti.in, and I think that's how it works.
Right. And Tanushree, I think you missed out what exactly the site does. You said it helps women sellers.
So I've seen there are many women's, like I was in Nagpur where I saw many of the people are doing business in their home, selling few things, making few artistic things and selling them, but they're not getting the right kind of audience. So I wanted to give them a platform where they can come and showcase their talents, or if they want to sell something online. So they get a platform, very easy procedure, and they get wider audience, and they can get their sales expanded in terms of their own name.
Okay, excellent. Now let's talk a bit about idea creation. For our budding founders listening out there, can you give us some tips on how did you come up with this? Of course, you told us how you came up with this idea, but how to come up with a good idea or a winning idea?
Digvijay will tell you about this.
So, Ram, honestly, we are a startup with like 3 or 4 people. You have met a lot of people from the startup background, and what we figured out, we are still into the experimentation phase, and we are slowly releasing a lot of categories. Just like women apparels that she released a few days back, and at the end we cannot say that we have a winning idea, but we always believe that we need to solve a problem. If you can solve a problem, then you have a good idea in your head.
Okay, needn't be a sexy idea or anything. It
doesn't
just
matter.
Needs to solve.
It has to solve a problem.
Okay,
Yes.
Excellent, great. Now let's talk about ideation to creation. We all know that idea is worth nothing unless you act upon it and do something to make it into a reality. So maybe you can explain in your own words, your own journey of how did you turn your idea into a reality?
Like right now we are I could see on the Facebook only, I have so many women sellers who are selling their posting every day, but they might not getting the proper sales every day.
Right.
So much of efforts they are putting in for posting and doing the marketing, but they're not getting the proper audience.
Right.
So I thought, why not target them and give them a platform, because they already
Right.
know the online how it works.
Okay.
But still there are many challenges, like to make them understand how actually the
Right.
website, how the things on the website work, how the payment portal works for them, because they take the payment from the customer first and then they dispatch.
Right.
So they are not getting ready for this.
Right.
So taking all these things in mind and how to solve this, we came up with this thing, and we are trying to make it more easy for all these women sellers, especially because they're not that technical.
Right.
They're not that
Technical tech savvy.
tech savvy, exactly. So this is how we came up with.
Okay.
We make them understand. We tell them how it works from A to Z.
Right.
They understand. People, they take time to understand also. So once they understand, they come with us.
Okay.
And that's how we
Okay.
proceed.
Okay. You want to add anything more on that?
The concept, Tanushree already had the concept in her mind. So from the technical part of it, I needed to help her.
Right.
So that's where we basically registered a very simple domain name.
Right.
And it's not that jazzy.
Right.
It's a very simplified platform.
Right.
We do not, tell them to upload their own photos and things like that. To make it more simpler, they just have to share a few documents, a few sheets with their product information, and we upload it on the back end. So I think from the idea to the creation, to answer your question, was this paradigm shift where we understood that this idea has to be made into an e-commerce platform, because that's how we're going to reach out to a wider audience.
Right. Excellent. Now let's talk a bit about let's get into a personal question here.
Sure.
Now we all hear about founders sacrificing family time to make their ventures a success. Now can you tell us a bit more about your own marriage, and how do you manage to keep business and personal life separate? So what do you do in order to make sure something in one area, say your personal life, doesn't spill onto business, or vice versa? Because that's a problem I have seen happen in a lot of cases.
Yeah. So about my marriage, I met Digvijay a couple of years ago. I was in Pune, he was here in Bangalore. Then we started talking. We got married last January this year.
So that was a date phase. Okay.
So that's how then I came to Bangalore. In keeping these two areas separate,
Right.
we make sure that I help my mother-in-law in the morning, like all household chores. Then I work on the Jhalmishti. It's like full-time job. So he goes to work, I work here. When he comes from his office, then we discuss the all-day report, what all happened. Then we discuss if there's any challenges we are facing and how to overcome, and any new marketing strategies we have to plan, or what should be the next step to solve particular problem. And that's all. Then we stop there. He then heads toward his guitar room. He plays songs. We have fun, and that's how I make sure that these two things go, doesn't spill into each other.
Okay. Excellent. Now, is there a morning or a daily ritual that you follow? Can you share it with myself and our listeners?
Morning ritual.
Yeah. Or something you do on a daily basis. Could be your business, could be personal. Maybe you do some exercise, meditation, or something with regards to your work. Maybe first thing in the morning you do certain things.
I first, when I wake up, I just first check what is the first thing I check is how the Jhalmishti is doing. What is the status of in the Facebook or any customers. Then if all things are okay, I then help my mom in the morning, work, cooking and all. Then I again get back to my work and check what all things have to be done, how many sellers I have to contact, and what to tell them, from where they are. Do a background check of them so that I can make them understand about this.
Okay.
So this is the routine I follow before.
Okay, so let's talk a bit about the sellers now. Kind of, what's your target? Do you have a target for the day, for the week, for the month? How are you?
I target like for a day. How many sellers? I have many sellers, but many have responded to us. Right. And which one would be like ready to go with our category? So I make sure that. Then I try to contact them. WhatsApp is also very good business. So I contact them if they're ready, if they're free. We talk over the phone. They ask me a few questions. Like I have to explain them everything. Because many of them they don't understand how all these things work. So it lot of time goes in making them understand that there's nothing complex. So it's all easy. They can come on board. Then they ask about the documents we ask because it's quite personal. So obviously people will feel little concerned about it. So we have to make them understand that why we are taking this. So a lot of time goes in making them understand.
Okay, brilliant. Now, can you tell us something about yourself that is not commonly known for both of you? Both of you have to answer this.
Sure. I like experimenting with cooking.
And he's the guinea pig.
Then I like singing. Sometimes I dance. That's it.
Digvijay?
I play the guitar, but I don't think that's not commonly known. A lot of people know that, but something that is not commonly known is I started something called as aha.com, which was way before Flipkart.
And it along the similar lines, is it?
Yeah, it was about books and commodities.
That's great. Now let's talk about advice. So what's the best advice somebody has given you?
The best advice I got from my husband is to solve a problem. Because if we solve a problem, the things maybe slowly, but it will work out. So this is the thing I really believe on.
Excellent. Digvijay, do you have anything?
Yeah, I mean, we are very fortunate that we have very supportive parents. And they motivate us every day. So the one thing that we have learned from our parents is that stay motivated.
Okay.
Even if you fall, you fall.
Right.
Get up.
Right.
So that is something that we have.
Okay.
At least give a try.
Yeah, give a try.
Give a try.
Right. Doesn't matter whether
it will
you succeed or
not.
fail. Okay. Excellent advice. I like it. Now, startups come with a lot of pressure. So can you give us some tips on how you personally handle pressure and how other people can handle pressure when things aren't going well?
So yes, there are a lot of pressure. First thing I'm on my business for Jhalmishti I'm facing is to make women sellers understand it's very difficult. So we do not charge any commission from them. We do not take any fees to get on board with us. We even don't ask them to take any photographs for particular. We just ask them to give us a very good photograph so that we can upload it on a website and it should look good. Then we edit the photos so they don't have to do anything.
Right.
So to make this understand to our women sellers, it's very difficult. So they sometimes says no to this. So still that is a pressure. I think then we are getting a good traffic. All these things are quite new to me, so we are getting good traffic. So
basically, to overcome the pressure that she's talking about, is to sometimes meditate, or go out for a walk, or probably take a jog, play music. Music is the best way to reduce your pressure and motivate yourself.
Excellent. And you can play for her, right?
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah,
I do that sometimes.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, so it's nice to hear. Now, can you tell us about your worst entrepreneurial moment and how did you turn it around and the lessons you learned from that experience? Maybe if you don't have something, Digvijay, maybe you are the right person.
The day when I came back from work, and I think Tanushree, we launched the website. So I came back and she was very demotivated. So I asked her what happened. So she says, there was not a single sale. Not a single sale on the day of launch.
Okay.
So we thought, all right. So I think this is one of the worst entrepreneurial moment anybody can have, because the objective is to sell and help these women sellers to come up front. So one lesson that I think we have learned is patience.
Yeah, patience. To have patience, things will slowly it will work out. We have launched another version of website, and we are quite happy that we have got good sales, good customers coming in.
Right.
So we are happy.
So patience is the key.
Patience is the key.
Yeah, I completely can relate, because when I launched my website, FoundersGyan.com, every minute I used to refresh. So obviously it's not going to change. Every minute you can't expect somebody to come unless you're Google or somebody. So I think the patience is key, like you say, for every startup. So thanks for sharing that. Now we just have a few more questions. Okay.
Sure.
Now. What is can you touch a bit more on the revenue model of Jhalmishti.in, because you were talking about that a little while back, and also the future that you envision for your company?
Revenue model, Digvijay will.
Sure.
Okay, so revenue as such, so every company has to make a profit to earn its bread and butter.
Right.
So if you have understood, in terms of, we do not charge any commission from the sellers. We do not charge any fees for the sellers to come on board. But how do we earn? So we add, say, around 10 to 15% of the marketing cost and a fraction of the profit on the product that the sellers give. So that is our only source of earning the revenue. Right. And the future envision is possibly Tanushree will help. What are her plans?
We don't have 5 years plan yet. We just started. So we are learning every day something new. So we are working on that particularly, how to overcome this.
Right.
So we have few plans.
Can you share any of the plans with us?
We are also planning to have a few services also on our website. So we are trying to make out how we can work on this. We haven't got yet.
And she also wanted to reach out to places like villages, where there is not much technology, penetrated
we
yet.
go sometime out and we see few things we buy from them.
Right.
But they don't get the proper audience every day.
Right.
When we are tourist, we buy something from some
Sure.
small
some
places.
tourist spots. Yeah.
That's it. So want to give them a platform.
Okay. That's great. I think there's a great market there if you are able to get these sellers on board. So
Yes.
I wish you luck on that.
Thanks.
Now, can you recommend any books or resources for our budding entrepreneurs?
Digvijay.
You should, our listeners who are basically entrepreneurs or you want to do something different, I think you should read all books about Steve Jobs.
Okay, Steve Jobs. Okay.
Absolutely.
First movie, before we start Jhalmishti, he showed me this movie. I'm really
Jobs, yeah. So the way he had come up, I mean, all he knew was how to market a product.
Right.
I mean, there are other people who supported him to make the product, but his ideation was to basically bring out that product. And any books related to Steve Jobs, a must read.
Okay.
A must read.
Okay. You have any maybe any resources from your marketing perspective? How do you get in touch with people? Do you have any market resources that are indispensable for you?
I get in touch with people like from Facebook only.
Facebook, okay.
That's the
Okay.
only medium now.
Okay, so Facebook
Also
is a
from
very
Google.
strong
Yeah.
medium,
Yes,
right?
yes.
These
Very,
days.
because
Yes.
if you search for people like this, women sellers, you will find many. Like 100 is a small number, I would say.
And from the other side as well, when you are reaching out to a wider audience,
Right.
I mean, come on. I mean, I think 70% of the world population is on Facebook.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
think what can be the best place
Right,
to
right. So you're saying that there are a lot of these sellers on Facebook, is
Yeah.
it? Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's great. That's great. I think it's a good lesson or learning for other startups as well. You know, your target audience is there in Facebook, like Digvijay just mentioned. 70% of the world is on Facebook. So definitely your target audience or seller or buyer, whoever, is definitely there. I think it's the matter of finding the right groups and getting the numbers.
Because they at least have some idea like how the online thing works.
Right.
So we can target them, get on board, then we can get in touch with the other people who are not that known to this online thing.
Right.
So we can give them example, they can see and they can get on board with us.
Okay, great. Now, Jhalmishti is pretty new. It's about 4 months now?
Yeah, around 3 months.
3 months, okay. But is there a story in your past about any of your ventures where you would have done things different, or even in Jhalmishti, if in 3 months you think, okay, maybe I should have done that different, when we started?
To be honest, I before we even got married and then we got this idea of starting Jhalmishti, there was this website called as aha.com.
Right.
And the idea of aha.com was to bring in commodities, basic commodities, and also books online. So one lesson that I've learned from the previous failure.
Right. When was this aha.com?
This was 2007.
2007, okay.
Yeah, that's when there were not much e-commerce giants at that point of time.
Right. Flipkart was just starting out. Right. Okay.
And one lesson that I have learned from the failures, I wouldn't say failures, the lesson learned from there would be, you should have a very good co-founder.
Right. Okay.
Otherwise it doesn't work out.
Okay.
Your lengths should match, your wavelengths should match.
Okay.
And secondly, you should have a backup plan, a plan B. If you do not have a plan B, then I think it does not work out usually.
Okay, excellent. Now, how can our listeners get in touch with you? What's the best way to reach out? Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. You also have a blog, I think. So.
Yeah. So our listeners, our friends can reach out to us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Jhalmishti.
Right.
Then on Twitter.
Yeah, we will spell that out. Yeah, on the show notes. Okay.
Then on Twitter, www.twitter.com/Jhalmishti.
Right.
They can read our blogs on blog.jhalmishti.in.
Okay.
So.
Okay, that's the best way. So Facebook and Twitter is the best way.
We have WhatsApp as well.
WhatsApp as well, yeah.
Okay. Can you share the number?
Yeah, our number is 091 48 044 651.
Okay, sure. We will put that in the show notes as well,
Sure.
so that
Thanks.
people can reach out to you. And I just have one final question. But before I get to that question, I just want to take the time to acknowledge and thank you both for sharing your knowledge to myself and our listeners. I'm also very grateful for the value you are adding into this world by means of your startup. And I think it's great. It's great and unique, something unique that you're doing by empowering women, which is kind of really required. So thanks a lot for that.
Thank you, Ram. I mean,
Thank you, Ram. Really.
you are doing actually a great job by giving us this leverage to reach out to a wider audience and a target.
Sure, no problem. My pleasure. So with that, we'll move on to the final question. So if there is one gyan that you could give our would-be founders, what would that be?
I would say solve a problem. That's
Okay.
the most important thing.
Okay.
It might not work like very fast, but it will definitely slowly and steadily it will work out for you.
Okay.
That is the thing I follow.
Yeah, so I think in our entire journey of our entrepreneurial experiences, we have figured out that you have to solve a problem, because discounts happen, products sell, a company becomes big, you get Series A funding, Series B funding, but after all, how you are adding value to the society is what is very important.
Right. Excellent, Gyan. Thank you both so much for your time, and it was a real pleasure chatting with you, and wish you continued success in your venture.
Thank you, Ram.
Thanks
It was
Ram,
our
for having
pleasure.
us. Yeah.
There you have it, folks. Another super startup and the story of the founders. I do hope you enjoyed it every bit as much as we did in putting this podcast together. Do make sure to check out the show notes over at www.foundersgyan.com/EP21, and please share it with your friends and colleagues. You can do your bit to help this show reach a wider audience, which in turn will help Founders Gyan's aim of inspiring more and more entrepreneurs. Also, make sure to subscribe to the show via RSS, iTunes or email. That way you won't miss the show. But hey, we have a new episode every week, so hardly any chance of missing it, right? Also, reviews on iTunes and comments on the site are much appreciated. I'll see you all next week with another startup and founder. But in the meantime, you do know what this show was meant to do. I do hope you got inspired and take action today on your own startup. Hope to catch you next week, and here's to a great week ahead for you. Thank you very much for tuning in, and bye for now.